Podcast, WATP.
This is a stream from yesterday morning. Opie did one called No Epstein List. Yeah, right. And he is on fire out of the gate in this one. We're going to do something a little bit different than we normally do on WATP. I didn't pull clips. We're just going to watch the first 9 minutes of the show.
Oh, shit, let it ride.
Because all of this is amazing. And it's all the stuff that we want from our buddy, Greg Opie Hughes. He's on fire.
I am out of my mind.
That's how the show starts.
Good morning, welcome.
This is how the show starts right there. He's animated. Give him that. He needs more of this. He needs more animation on the show.
I wish he was animated.
I am out of my mind. Good morning. Welcome to my live stream. We're way out east on Long Island, but I don't give a crap because I'm trying to set up my new phone.
Who's the we?
I was
Him and Doggy. We've seen evidence that Doggy's around from time to time.
We sure have.
I'm minding my own business yesterday, doing my crap on my phone, making a living off my phone. And
I'm doing my crap on my phone, making a living on my phone. Interesting that he says that, and he's going to say it again. And what the fuck is he talking about? Is he talking about editing his podcast?
Yeah,
I think he's talking about editing his podcast.
He has 2 different phones to shoot the quality entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. He needs these things. How else is he supposed to be unleashed if he's tethered to a computer? That's not how unleashed works, Carl.
Making a living is the term he used. That's the phrase he's using for this.
When you no longer have a wife and kids to support, it's easier when it's just you and the dog.
That's a good point.
the next thing I know, I'm like, wow, the battery doesn't really want to keep. It says 70% charge, but my phone keeps turning off.
Is that his internal monologue? Is that what that voice is?
I think so.
Because sometimes that's the haters.
Yes.
Right? And then sometimes that's himself talking to himself.
He's only got a few voices, so.
Well, I actually, you're going to hear a lot of voices on this clip.
Really want to keep. It says 70% charge, but my phone keeps turning off. That's weird. And then I take the case off my Samsung S21. That's how old.
That was funny.
Good
you
stuff.
Gotta give him that.
Good stuff.
That was topical.
That's how you say Samsung when you're being really racist.
Oh, does that count as one of the voices?
Oh, yeah. For sure. Even Shane Gillis is like, hats off. Well done, sir.
My stupid phone was. And when I took off the case, the back of my phone just opened up. You know when you go to like a phone store to get your phone fixed, and they got to pry open the back with special tools and stuff. Not on my old S21. As soon as I took the case off, because I'm wondering why it's not charging right, the whole thing just kind of opened up on its own. Something is expanding in my phone. And because
you know what makes things expand? I'm going to give you a little Mr. Science lesson here right now. Heat. Mm-hmm. You know, like not having your air conditioning fixed in your house would make things hotter inside your house.
There's a correlation, huh?
Yeah, this might be a thing where maybe his phone's overheating because...
But that would only be if you're really on a high floor because hot air rises, so that would...
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there.
Yep. Okay.
Sure
yep.
is.
Because I make a living off my phone, I said to my...
Holy shit, he said it again. Okay, listen to this. This is incredible. He has to say twice he makes a living off of his phone. This Samsung S21 or whatever he called it. I don't even know what he's talking about.
The whole thing just kind of opened up on its own. Something is expanding in my phone. And because I make a living off my phone, I said to my wife and kids, I got to get to an AT&T store pronto.
This is interesting because he doesn't make a living off of his phone. So that's a lie. And then he says, I said to my wife and kids. Is that also a lie?
Yes.
Okay.
Because his kid is not interested. If he actually turned to his kid and said whatever the fuck that was, his kid would tell him to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I have to go to the phone store to get my phone fixed.
If they were there, they would be like, please fucking go.
Yeah.
The car's warmed up.
It does make me think that none of this is true. The fact that he immediately goes, I make a living from my phone and I talk to my wife and kids. Like, oh, okay.
Perfecto. So I walked into an AT&T store around 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I need a new phone. How complicated is this? We'll get you out of here within 20 minutes, sir. Okay, that's great. What do you want? I think I want the S25.
Why does he do the voice for both people in this conversation?
Because everybody involved is stupid, apparently.
Yes, it's all dummy voices. He's like, and I walk in there and I'm like, I'm an idiot. They're like, you're stupid. And I'm like, "Grr."
And the voice inside my head said, "You're right."
Doo-doo-doo. On the airplane yesterday, they also gave me that 20-minute spiel. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going there. We're not talking about airplanes anymore. I'm over it. I'm moving on.
See how this is totally different? It's totally different.
Sir? Okay, that's great. What do you want? I think I want the S25 Ultra. All right. Well, what color you want? I want black. Just get it done.
You know, not every detail needs to be included. Like, when I was talking about my airport thing, I didn't tell you which restaurant I was at. You know what I mean? That didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
Was it
All
that
of a
Sammy
sudden,
Hagar
we're
place that he owned, the little Cabo Wabo Sammy Hagar thing that they had?
Never fucking ask me a question again, Adam. I swear to God.
Being
Swear to
conversational.
God. Unbelievable that you would do that to me. Unbelievable.
They had these taquitos there that are very good.
Just sitting there, we're watching the MTV.
I would have killed for a Cabo Wabo. Are you kidding me? There was no Cabo Wabo in the B terminal yesterday.
Well, when you fly Southwest, that's what happens. Anyway.
It's the fucking worst. I need an assistant. I need an assistant to book these things for me.
Just get it done. All of a sudden, we're just sitting there. We're watching the MTV Classics. A young Snoop Dogg is on the TV. The Salt and Pepper is on the TV. That God-loving salt, or is it that God-loving pepper? Changing the name of What a Man, What a Man, What a Man, What a Man song because she's now into the Lord Jesus Christ. So the song has different meaning. This is the stuff I learned as I sat. And
What the fuck is he talking about? What is playing at this AT&T store?
MTV Classics.
And Salt and Peppa is on there explaining that they found God?
Yes.
It's not his fault that all of his references are from the 90s. It's all he encounters throughout his day. It's everyone else's fault.
It's so weird.
and sat in the AT&T store. How long will this be? You got a lot of stuff to transfer over. I don't know. I'll have you out of here in a half hour, 40 minutes. While this transfer happens, I'm going to go take a break, and the lady just leaves the store. So I take a few loops around the AT&T.
Why is that funny? So right now he's transferring data from his old phone to his new phone. And he goes, as the data is being transferred, this lady takes a break. Yeah, you don't need her there. Data's transferring. She's not going to speed it up. What was that? Why is he giggling so much to himself?
Because it's a list of these unbelievable things that he has to deal with. His terrible, terrible luck. And every time he gets close to being she's got to take a break. He has no idea. When you think you're an expert on everything and you assume no one knows better, you look so stupid.
Yes.
Because anyone watching knows more about phones than you, so you sound like you don't know what you're talking about, and we can tell you made it up because there's no way these people did these things like this.
So I take a few loops around the AT&T store. I get back. She goes, everything should be there, sir. I go, where's my apps? Where? Oh, that's strange. What do you mean that's strange? And then another person goes, give me your phone. And I said, what are you, my wife? And that got a big chuckle in the AT&T store, the 10 people there. Oh, my God, I was killing. And then I'm like,
He doesn't know what he's going for anymore.
There is no AT&T store, is there? Is that the twist that we're going to find out?
He doesn't even own a phone.
Oh, no.
This is all. There's no wife. There's
no family.
Oh, my God. This is so sad. What is going on right now?
Eric Nagel just said it, and it's so true. It is all Stuttering John, all of this. And they carried me out, and like 10 people there, and they all laughed at me. And remember we do big time people on the phone? I'm a big podcast. I have senators and governors coming on tomorrow. I make my living off this. I'm not like all of you in line. I'm better. And everyone laughed and said, you are better. You shouldn't be here with us, buddy.
Wow. Wow, that's a good call. Yeah, John had a similar thing with the cable person and going, I have millions of people I need to be talking to right now. They're like, all right, sir, we'll get you on your way. Just give us a second here.
10 people there. Oh, my God, I was killing.
I mean, we see you on your show every day, Opie. You're never killing. You're never getting a laugh out of people. It's just not true.
He said a Henny Youngman line from like 1952. Oh, you sound like my wife. And the place went crazy.
Killing. And then I'm like, and then I had to say this. I'm just kidding. We have a good relationship where she can check my phone anytime she wants. And then an old guy pipes in and goes, well, that's the sign of a good relationship.
None of this happened.
No. There was a pirate there, and he jumped in.
He had a voice, so he had to come up with a character.
The parrot on his shoulder didn't agree, but he said, what the fuck is going on with this story right now?
You get scripts where like random strangers comment on the action with like one line and then go back and you have to rewrite it because that's just not what happens. And even if it does, nobody believes it.
It's very similar to the chick in Brendan Schaub's story who comes running out and yells, please don't hurt that man. And I hope he's like, and this guy goes, wow, that's an amazing relationship you have with your wife. How long have you been married? And I'm like, don't worry about it.
Then the sheriff came in and he said, everyone in the town's dead.
I'm like, what about my phone? Well, we're transferring your messages, right? You want your messages? I'm like, yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I think I want my messages. Okay, well, that'll be, you got a lot of messages. Well, this transfer is going to take 20 minutes.
Wow, someone's got a lot of friends. Like that. Wow, and they've never seen so many messages on a phone before. That's how much I'm messaging with real human people. You guys can't
and I'm
even
also
believe it.
AT&T, so I know that they tell the employees to, comment on what you see. Make sure to on the internet, on the messages, just let them know you're looking.
Right. What's this message here? I'll get the rest of my stuff when you're not there at the house.
Did my attorney serve you today or not?
Are you going to say anything about these funeral arrangements, or are you just going to let it happen? And by the way, sir, are you an amateur photographer? Because wow.
To take a break, and she leaves the store again. That was the first hour at the AT&T store. And now it's getting closer to, 8 o'clock. At this point, 3 or 4 people have checked out my phone, and they're just punching shit. Oh, I don't know. Let's try this. Oh, let's just willy-nilly try stuff on my phone. Yes, mental breakdown, Anthony. Yes, you bitch. You're out of here. Let's get rid of this guy. I've been watching him. He's done. Goodbye, Anthony. Guy comes in here every day. Pick.
Gee, I wonder why that happens. Can anyone fathom a guess as to why someone would go in there and fuck with Opie in the chat until they get kicked out? Oh, because he reacts to it. He acknowledges it. It bothers him. He reacts to it. Huh. I can't imagine what his kids must do to torment him. You know what I mean? Because he just reacts to every fucking thing.
It's been so long since you've seen him, he wouldn't know. But it must have felt real good to say, goodbye, Anthony. You pick at me. Goodbye, Anthony. That must have been therapeutic for you.
The way he says the name Anthony, I was even like, was he talking to? Oh, okay, just a guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So, they got my messages over. They're like, well, we're transferring the apps now. It should be only another, let's see. Another 15 minutes. I'm going to take a break. Of course you're going to take a break. Of course you are.
Why do these breaks matter?
Yeah.
He keeps talking about employees taking breaks. Data's transferring. Doesn't matter. Gives a shit.
He's a victim, and he's trying to turn the story of the most exciting thing that happened to him all week, which was he waited in a long line, he had his data transferred over to a new phone, and they handed it back to him. And he's turning that into comedy gold, his life's work.
Yeah. There was a TV on, and there was programming on it. Cool.
From the 90s.
And then all of a sudden, the employees, started fighting, because then the one lady goes, could you help him? We're trying to figure out why the apps didn't transfer to his new phone. Well, it's 8 o'clock. Can he come back tomorrow? And the lady goes, no, he's been here for...
I like that even in Opie's made-up story, they're talking about him in the third person like he's not standing right there. Hey, can we just get this fucking guy out of the store already? What are we doing with this guy? I don't know. He's really annoying. He seems like a nuisance. He can't stop watching the TV over here. Turn it on a station he doesn't like. He's just watching TV.
Arr, I think he's killing. Give him another 10. Arg.
Someone's got to recreate this. Opie at the AT&T store. We'll cast it. We'll have a whole crew work on it.
Everything he just said, go back to, what did the employee say? You're telling me, assume a young employee who knows this kind of stuff said, we can't transfer his apps over. What are we going to do? They didn't say that. That's not a thing.
No, that's not a thing.
They
What
would
are we
say,
gonna do?
and it's such an old man, my apps. What am I going to do about? You're going to re-download them. All the info's still there. You don't need it. You just need your password. Like everything you're saying is bullshit. And the fact that you think we can't see through that is embarrassing.
We're trying to figure out why the apps didn't transfer to his new phone. Well, it's 8 o'clock. Can he come back tomorrow?
Which part of the UK did he go to go to an AT&T store?
Excuse me, Mr. Bond.
And the lady goes, no, he's been here for 2.5 hours. Yes, it's now 7:30. Yes. Oh, well, you didn't have to say it that way. And then this guy marches over to me and grabs my phone. He goes, oh, I see the problem. Actually, everything did transfer over, but your phone is reorganizing. You see this? It's going to take 6.5 hours. So go home, get a good night's sleep, and in the morning, everything should be there from your old phone to your new phone. Well, thank you very much.
Can I translate this? Not that I think any of this happened. He's now dealt with like 6 different employees at this place.
At least.
He's a problem. Yeah. When I go to the store to get a new phone and transfer over my old stuff, I just deal with the one person.
Yeah.
Just the one person who says, sir, can I help you? We figure it out and move on. This guy must be ranting and raving and being an asshole.
Yep.
Because then they're like, and then this person comes over, and then that person, and this person's like, and he describes it as the employees were fighting.
Right.
Yeah. He was calm and cool doing a
Right.
quick set, and they're just fighting amongst themselves because of how complicated and unique this problem he has is.
You wait on him. No, you wait on him.
I also like this idea. I think he's going to say it again in a minute. There's another break coming up.
Oh, boy.
I think he's like such a pain in the ass that the employee's just like, sir, I'm on break. They're just like, I don't want to deal with you.
Oh, you remember, you've seen this with these older people when they're like, my apps won't transfer.
Yeah.
You don't need them
Right.
to transfer. I need to see them right now. Sir, if you wait 6 hours, your phone will be set up and you can re-download the ones that all the info where is it? Doggy can't see it.
You're trying to trick me.
Yeah, right.
It's there.
You stole my apps. You have my app. Let me see your phone.
Sir, I'm on break. You're right.
I am suddenly
Turn on the new
break.
phone. What's your password? I don't know any password. I don't know anything at this point.
Okay.
That might be a problem. That's a fucking
that's
problem.
a huge problem. What's your password? I don't know. I put my thumb here. Or I look into this thing here. Holy shit! Really? This is a problem, sir.
So I got apps that work. I got apps that don't work. I got apps that work, but the widgets don't work. I can't
All this talk about apps is making me hungry. Should get some apps after this.
Yeah, it sounds good.
get widgets on my home screen. It's not even an option. So I'm AIing my ass off.
Oh, there's an old man thing to say. I'm AIing my ass off.
He doesn't think it's an old man thing.
Oh, you asked Chat GPT to fix your phone, did you? Is that what you did? Mm-hmm. Google it like a man.
Trying to figure out how to set up my new phone. I remember she goes, "Yeah, it's really easy these days. It's easy.
It is because everything's in the cloud, right?
Easy on Sunday morning. I had to go there on a Sunday morning. That's when it's easy.
No, it's not easy on Sunday morning. It's easy like Sunday morning. Jesus. Fucking FM DJ all your life. Fucking idiot.
It does suck on Monday morning, but
Yes.
It's not easy on a Monday morning. It's easy on a Sunday morning. That's the mistake I made.
No.
So if anybody works for AT&T and wants to help out the kid,
Now here we go.
I'd appreciate it. I got
So all of this culminates in. So can someone please help me for free?
yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Yep. Somebody, I'm looking for a freebie.
My apps are broken.
I could see maybe the majority of my apps. I can't see other apps. I can use some apps, but I can't widget them at all.
Oh, gee, honey, no, cancel the college fund. Yeah, there's this millionaire in New York. He used to be on the radio. He's living in the Hamptons, like beachfront property, and he can't see all of his apps. So
most of the apps are working, but some of the widgets aren't working. Honey, we got to help this guy out. He's in dire straits.
Jesus. Wow. Did you check out the final Black Sabbath show on the telly? No, I saw all the clips. Saw all the clips online. I saw the Ozzy Osbourne and the.
And the answer is yes. But okay,
yes,
it wasn't really on the telly. God damn it!
Did you see that? No. I saw all of it. Okay.
Own thing that was cool. I saw Bill Ward shirtless. Made fun of that yesterday. People were like, why don't you have some respect? He basically invented heavy metal. You should have respect for Bill Ward.
Wait a second. Is that his inner dialogue, or is that one of the haters?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm getting confused right now. Could you imagine if he recreated Sesame Street, like Elmo and Oscar talk the same, and then like every single character shows up?
Yes, I kind of can.
It's kind of funny, actually.
Can you imagine if that was the voice you heard in your head? It sounded like that. That's a nightmare.
We're going to have a good podcast today, Carl.
Your family left you.
Shirtless. Oh, my God. I mean, there are guys, there are guys I hang out with that are shirtless. No, but I mean, when you're in a beach atmosphere, you see a lot of people shirtless. And even if they have youth on their side, you're like pointing and laughing at them because they're shirtless. So, of course, they're going to make fun.
He's pointing at guys on the beach for not having a shirt on.
Probably. He laughs at a phone because it's Samsung.
Look at that buff guy on an 85-degree day with no shirt on. What an idiot.
Bill Ward as an older gentleman looking like an alien with his shirt off. Of course, they're going to make fun of that. Have a little respect. He has a better career than you.
Okay.
No.
That is the troll voice coming out in full effect right there. Oh, boy.
They're all going to laugh at you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Better career than you.
Oh, that's interesting. They're all going to laugh at you, that Adam Sandler skit. That was his mom, right? In that skit? Who was like giving him all this self-doubt? Or was that an inner dialogue? I'm trying to remember now.
I honestly don't remember.
I haven't listened to that scene in a long time.
Either way, the point is he turned what was a diss into a positive.
Yes.
He rolled with it, right? Ran with it.
The reason why I say that is because Opie's mom suffered from mental illness. And now I'm wondering if this is Opie's mom's voice in his head that's going, your career is over. It's like, oh boy, what is going on right now? Who are we arguing with?
Wait, Opie's mom was a dog?
She's reincarnated as Doggy. That's why he loves him so much.
Jesus. But I saw the Ozzy thing. It was, I saw the clips online.
All right, good.
It was kind of sad to see Ozzy like that, to be completely honest with you. But you got
great take.
To be completely honest with you. All right.
No one felt that but you. That was really, you're saying it, buddy.
Let me fast forward a little bit. This is really the most important part of this clip.
Yes.
Oh, my God. John Quartz with the $5 cups and string data transfer. I'm going on break. Thank you, John Quartz. $4.99. Follow John Quartz' lead and everyone give a $5 today. I would greatly appreciate it.
Oh, wow. He's turning into Aaron Ibholt right before our eyes now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if everyone gave me $5?
We're rallying.
We're
rallying.
Don't wait for John Quartz next time. Go ahead. You can start the rally.
I can't tell if it's working. Can you just test it? Just make sure it's
I'm
working.
not even sure if Super Chat's working right now. Help me out.
Thank you very much. I had to go for the extra data on my new phone. So you guys pay for that. Give me $5, you bitch.
Wow. And with that, we bring Ron the waiter on.
Can't think of a better intro.
Holy shit. Opie's begging for money now because he had to pay for extra data. So now we have to give him $5 at a time to help figure that out.
There's a reason people don't busk on the street in like tuxedos and top hats with monocles. Mm-hmm. It's because it looks like you don't need the money. Opie, you can't beg for $5 in front of a Hamptons beachside view like that while talking to Ron, who doesn't have a mattress.
Right. Opie is the guy who'd be walking around to his neighbor's recycle bins and taking out the depositable bottles on them. Like, why are there homeless people in our neighborhood? Oh, no, he owns the place right there. What? That's not good. All right, so let's fast forward to this morning's stream because he has a new friend I want to introduce you to. And starts off.
Well, there we are. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All is welcome. I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap who checks these things out. All is welcome. Just don't be a spammy a-hole, all right? We're way out east on Long Island.
So he starts off by explaining who's allowed to watch his stream, that's a little different. It's a little different, not the typical script. He's usually blocking people, so he says, anyone's allowed to watch. Okay, that's good to know.
Except for the following.
Well, right. You know who you are. But let's get into the weather report, because that's what Opie's best at.
We survived some crazy-ass thunderstorms last night. The surf was wild. The wind was wild. The thunder and lightning was wild.
Yeah, tell me about it. I was on a fucking airplane staring anyway. Not the point.
And I think it took out one of my cameras because I'm on a backup camera right now. Oh my God! It gives me a little, I don't know. It's kind of a nice filter for the kid. I like.
You know what's funny, Adam? You brought this up when we were watching Opie yesterday, and there's actually some lighting on his face, and you could see him, and you're like, he doesn't look that bad.
No, he looked cool.
He looks terrible.
Yep.
Now he's got like low res and bad lighting, and he looks like Jackie the Joke Man.
He does.
He's like 30 years older than him now.
He looks like the ghost of Jackie the Joke Man come to haunt Anthony. It's like, it's amateur. People, when they start singing on microphones, when they're nervous about the note, they back up thinking that makes it sound better because you can hear less of it. He's embarrassed about how he looks, so he thinks if you see less of it, he'll look better. No, you just have to own it. We have to see you. That's it. Look, all of this.
Even Adam and I turn lights on in front of our faces. You got to own it.
Yeah, and I'm not proud of it, but you got to see it. It's better than the opposite.
It's actually, but here we are. Good morning, Nick.
All right, yeah. Good morning, Nick. So Opie then talks about, he talks about the weather a lot. He's very excited about the weather, and there was a thunderstorm the day before, so of course he's going to tell us about how cool that was.
Ooh, the damn storms last night. I love a good summer thunderstorm, man. It keeps.
You don't say, Opie. It's all you talk about is the weather. I would imagine you're very excited when weather events happen near you.
I love a good summer thunderstorm, man. It keeps everybody honest, right?
What does that mean? It keeps everybody honest. What?
I was going to lie to you guys, but then I saw the weather and I realized, fuck that, I got to come clean.
Well, what Opie's going to do now is explain something to you you've never heard before. This is a pretty hot take.
I like it, that's for sure. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. To a dog, a thunderstorm is what? It's a monster. It's a monster in the sky. But
dogs don't like storms. And, airline food's not great. I don't know if you guys have seen what's going on there. Holy shit. So he brings on his buddy, Andy.
Okay.
And him and Andy have really good chemistry right out of the bat.
What's up, Andy?
What's going on? How's everything? How's the mic sound? Can you hear me?
You're a little low in my mix. Little low, I think. Look at you with the professional setup. My God.
Well, this isn't.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. What happened?
First of all, your friend's mic isn't on, period. And it's just offensive how John's the same way. They just, any chance to big time anyone about anything, they're just going to jump on. Oh, no, can't hear you, Mike. You're a real fuck up with the sound. You're going to have to make that work for me.
Yep. All right, well, let's find out how these two know each other, since they are friends.
I met him because we had a friend named Carl Ruiz, and I was very friendly with Carl. Andy knew Carl. Andy also grew up in the same neighborhood as Carl, and we met because of that. And I would say we're friends, Andy, right?
Yes, we are. I would say that. A little old. It was the oddest thing was, I've told you the story before, is as Carl was blowing up on Food Network, I was doing a lot. I have one of my Instagram pages is Fool Network. I do a lot of odd stuff on there. And I kind of connected with Carl, not realizing that I knew Carl. I thought it was Carl Ruiz, the chef. I didn't realize that it was little Carlito from down the block who every night at sunset, his abuela would call for him, Carlito, let's go. I didn't realize until after his passing, that's when I made the connection, like, oh my gosh, I knew who this was. Like,
Right.
So this is a bizarre story, the way that these two are friends. This is not a typical way you'd form a friendship. But apparently, this guy knew Carl Ruiz when he was growing up. Carl Ruiz, now I'm saying like Opie.
I was wondering if Andy was going to say it right or not.
I
and he
know. So Carl Ruiz, but he didn't know that it was Carl Ruiz who became the Food Network star that was friends with Opie. But then after Carl Ruiz passed away, he had friends from the old neighborhood go, isn't that a shame about Carlito? And he goes, oh, that's the same guy. And so I guess he must have reached out to Opie to be like, I knew Carl, and Opie's so desperate for friendship that he's like, we're friends now. But they've never met in person. And I'll tell you, this is a tragic, tragic tale, what's going on here. So Andy's situation is his son had bacterial meningitis, and his son's now a 20-something-year-old, but has basically a 2-year-old's mentality. Or mentally a 2-year-old. So it's really a depressing story, but this guy's a great dad, and he's a good guy, and so there's kind of a feel-good thing going on about what he's done to bring his family up and continue to care for this kid. And it makes no sense for Opie's live stream. I'm not even going to play you the clips because you're just like, holy shit, why are we tackling these things on this live stream? So I just want to fast forward a little bit to after the really heavy conversation they have, which is the opposite of what Opie usually does. And
it's worth pointing out that Opie cannot listen to him. He has, the whole time he's telling that story, Opie does not stop moving, picking, doing things. He's incapable of hearing.
He's pulling up
anything
the
he says.
chat. He's obviously actively reading the chat, and he's showing stuff on the thing, and he's kind of reacting to that. While this
And
guy's
I'm
going through
gonna
the
say
sob story.
This is a message to everybody who live streams. If you're ever at a point where you make someone say that they're your friend on a live stream, they're not your friend. Don't do it. You should never, ever do that.
That is a weird. That's a
very
weird
embarrassing.
thing. Yes, I agree. So then one of the good chatters comes on.
To relax. By the way, JFK writes, he's one of mine. I love this guy, JFK head, and he goes, Opie, please don't compare your guest to your dog.
All right. If you want to know how much it costs to get Opie to laugh at your joke, it's $2 is the answer. $2. He's censoring Head Chunk.
Yeah.
He just goes, it's one of the good guys in the chat here. JFK Head. You can't say Head Chunk? Is that a new thing that you're worried about? I know he doesn't like to say the F word, but Head Chunk?
Carl, he said everybody's welcome. Everyone's welcome. There's
true.
no judgment here.
That's true. Yeah, we don't want to offend people who are still upset about JFK. What happened? Didn't get the memo yet.
Well, maybe they're afraid of offending Kennedy.
This is fun because Opie's trying to pretend that he cares about this guy and that he cares about what he's going through and his family. And he's a really bad actor because he stumbles as he tries to pretend that he actually has human emotion for this man.
Thing.
I like I said, I swear to you, I look up to you. I think about you often. We try to get together, but it's almost impossible. But we will. I'll come and see you. You know.
Well, yeah, I would hope so. This guy's got a, son that he has to deal with on a daily basis. And Opie's like, why don't you ever come over? I don't understand. What's your problem? And did you see how Opie's just like, I swear, man, I look up to you, and we'll get together in real life someday. I mean, it's gonna definitely happen. I'm looking forward to it.
I gotta swing by Ron's and drop off his mattress. So if you're on the way, we could maybe all meet up.
There's no way.
You can get out of the house. I remember when we first started kind of talking and hanging out. You like, I'd love to get together with you, but you basically told me I had to dress like a hazmat guy just to see you because you were so. I'm laughing because, like you, I'm trying to find the humor in some of this stuff. He's like, "Oh, I would really like to meet you, and we could go out and eat or whatever." But you really got to make sure that
He's treating this guy like a Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
You notice that, Adam? He's just like, and by the way, I really feel bad for you. And I would see you in person someday if you could make it more convenient for me. And
What was he saying about the hazmat suit? Is he saying his son's sick, or there's like you got to wear a mask, or what's he saying?
yeah, he's saying that so this guy Andy can't bring germs into the house because it can be
Right.
very detrimental to
Right.
his son. So
So I feel like everyone's not taking in how difficult that would be for Opie to deal with. He's the victim here, and you're all being really insensitive.
all right, fair enough. I'm going to leave you with this. We have some huge news in Opie's world. I'm very excited to say there's a big announcement going on for the Opster.
I decided to start a third podcast.
Yes! Finally! I'm like, Opie, why are we only doing 2 podcasts? You have so much talent. Let's find out what this third podcast is going to be.
Cooking show,
It's gonna be
cooking
called
show.
Finally, Opie tethered.
I decided to start a third podcast. It's going to be called Opie and Carl. And the reason for this, our dear friend Carl Ruiz, who's no longer with us, I started this podcast with him a million years ago at this point.
So another rerun show.
Yeah.
He does the Opie Funny AF, which is all rerun stuff. He does that thing where it's like the best moments of my radio career, which is all the afternoon
Quick
stuff.
hits.
Yeah. The quick hits is what he rebranded to Opie Funny AF.
Oh, okay.
So the kids would like it. Like, that's how we talk. Funny AF. And now his new idea for a third podcast is to put out his old podcast all over again. This is crazy.
But just
And
calling
when
it
I
Opie and
discover-
Carl means that somewhere Ronnie is stuck in a basement going, what the fuck?
Yes.
I have to be on Opie Radio, but your co-host is Carl, who's dead?
People really, really enjoy those early episodes, but Apple Podcast, they're deleting the episodes because they're only allowing a certain amount of episodes. And I put up a podcast every day. So the early episodes with Carl Ruiz are going away, and people are like, no, I like going back and listening to those things. This is not cool. Now, obviously, they're available on all the other podcast platforms.
Unbelievable. This fucking grifter. He's like, I have to do this. My hands are tied. Everyone wants to hear these podcasts. They're readily available. Anyone could get them if they wanted to. But
Yeah, but not
Apple-
everyone can download the apps. It's tough. You got to go to the store. You got to have them transfer it.
It's crazy. So he does get his hater voice in one last time as he realizes that trying to profit off of Carl Ruiz still in 2025 is pretty crazy to do.
You know, and people are like, just let Carl rest in peace. Shut up.
It's like his
Carl
family and
rest
his
in
kids and his loved ones are all
Just
like,
let him rest in peace already, Opie. It's enough. He's still selling the Carl Ruiz merchandise at his merch store. He's still got the hashtag Ruizing and Pinkies Out and all the stuff that he used to do. He just can't stop trying to make some money off Carl Ruiz.
Who are these podcasts?